How does he do it? How did he do it? Of course, I'm talking about Tiger Woods. He's back, and he's back in a big way. And all the other golfers in the world, all the professional golfers in the world are going, oh my gosh, now I really have to compete with the best. And the rest of us are all going, wow, this is awesome. We get to watch Tiger again. But of course, then you got guys like me who not only I love the game of golf, but, in business, I like to look at that, and I like to look at anybody who wins, anybody who has the ability to be so different from anybody else. And let's make sure about this. To be sure, Tiger Woods is uncopyable. And the reason why Tiger is uncopyable is because he has been able to do something that nobody has ever been able to do in the past. Nobody's ever wanted to do in the past or tried to do in the past. And that is that Tiger has essentially, at the peak of every time at the peak of his game, when he was number one on the planet, he would change. He would change his swing. And then he proceeded to go back up to being number one on the planet again. And I have no doubt right now that he will ascend to number one again, probably next year. So what's going on here? Well, when I look at Tiger Woods, I see three things that he does that we can study, we can learn from, but I'm going to tell you right now, really hard to do. Really hard to do. But it's a challenge, I think, for all of us to be thinking about this stuff. Like, what are those three things? What is it that Tiger does that I believe separates him from everybody else? Number one, Tiger works really, really hard to be dominant, but, like I said, that he is never satisfied. Even when he was number one on the planet for, I don't know, something like, 200 and some weeks in a row, he became dissatisfied. He was not satisfied with the way he was currently doing things. And you have to think that in the back of his mind, he may not just be thinking about himself, but also the fact that he's got other players back there who are working really, really hard to try to catch up with him. So if he stays where he is, then they might catch up with him. But if he says to himself, look, I'm right here, I want to move myself up here, then he's changing himself even when he is number one. How many of us do that? When we have reached a modicum of success, how many of us get dissatisfied to the point where we change our business on a wholesale level? We change what makes us successful. We change the formula, the system, everything like that, because we know that somebody might be catching up with us. That's the old saying of you can't win this year's championship with last year's strategy. Just watch football teams, baseball teams, basketball teams over the years, and you see that happening over and over again. So number one is that even though he is extremely successful, the best ever, he is dissatisfied. He always wants to get better, which means that number two, he is willing to learn something new. When he would be working on his golf swing, every time he worked on his golf swing, he went to a new coach, and he would work with the new coach who had a different philosophy about the swing. And the swing can be very, very complicated, but each one of those coaches, as he went through, taught him something different that was new to Tiger Woods. But he was willing to sacrifice his success to do that. He was willing to take a step backwards. Maybe come back in towards the field a little bit before he was able to then jump up to an even higher level in the stratosphere. And the third thing that Tiger makes him so different from everybody else is he never looks for the shiny object. The shiny objects don't distract him, and he never ever looks for the easy way out. He does not look for the quick fix or the easy answer. He assumes that in order for him to get better, it's going to be hard. but he is willing to make that sacrifice. So what have we seen now? Tiger went through 4 major swing changes while he was every time he was number 1 in the world. He made 4 major swing changes. The last one now, he's on his 5th swing change now, and this one has come as a result of his body breaking down, and he was unable to swing the golf club the way he used to be able to swing the golf club. So now he has had to learn almost all over again how to swing the golf club, but now it's based on what his body is capable of doing. And what are we looking at? We're looking at a guy who is now possibly better than he ever was. That's a scary thought. But think about those 3 things for yourself. Are you willing to sacrifice possible success to just to take that chance, risk that going up? I don't know how many of us are, but boy, Tiger Woods is back, and I can't wait to see what he's going to do next year. This is Steve Miller, better known as Kelly's dad and marketing gunslinger. Thanks again for joining me this week. I'll see you again next week on my Uncopyable Business video, and in the meantime, always remember, be uncopyable. See ya.